Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dean Saracini.
I'm Brady Organt.
Welcome to today's broadcast. Today we have the Varsity Calvert Hall Cardinals playing against Archbishop Spalding. Okay, coming off that loss to, off that 5-1 win on Monday with Brady and Garrett. Calvert Hall's ready to bounce back and take advantage of Spalding, who they beat 2-1 a few weeks ago off Ben Bender's last second goal. It's the first game of the season earlier in September.
Yeah, it was an exciting one. Hopefully we don't have the same nail biter, though. I think we really took care of business Monday against St. Paul's, and I think the Cardinals are starting to show that they can win games more comfortably after starting off the season with a trend of some very close last-second games.
So today's starting lineup for the Cardinals: in goal, Spencer Nattens once again. In the back, we have Don Corona at the right. In the center, we have Clay McComas and Camden Oren. At the left, we have Andy Christ. In the midfield, we have Ben Bender, Luke Farrer-Reese, and Chris Link. And up top, we have Sean Barwick, Steve Welsh, and Andrew Guidi.
Spalding didn't give us the roster, nor did they give us their lineup, so we will not be. We're going to try it, but it's hard.
Unfortunately, didn't have enough. They gave one to the ref and one to Coach Zinkamp. But we'll make do. As the game starts, Andy Chris takes it out wide. Clay McComas in the back, sending it around to the other side. McComas looks deep for Farrer-Reese, but he's going to win it back from the Spalding defender. After both guys run into the ball, looks like it's going to be a corner kick for Calvert Hall, their first day. Nick, good +1 corner kick for Braised. +1 corner kick on the Braid side. If they score, stop the clock. Farrer-Reese sends it in. They go across the entire goal box, but nobody's going to get their foot on it. Spalding's going to take it out now. Looking for a quick counterattack. Spalding on the sideline. They're going to connect on it, but it's going to fall to the ground, and it's going to be cleared away by Calvert Hall.
Clay McComas has been a pretty pleasant surprise as of late. He's taken part in the center back role. Normally he's been raised up through the Calvert Hall program as a right back or left back, but with so many injuries on that back line, he's had to step into the center back role, and he's done a very good job. He was stellar on Monday, shutting down Rory Jones.
Yep, absolutely. Again, we still have a lot of depletion in the back line. Nick Long still out, actually up here in the booth with us today. Will Damsgaard still out. Gisriel is, I believe, not playing today. Bobby Wells hasn't come back yet. And James Garfink, I'm not certain, but he's either on a reduced time or not playing at all. I'm not certain. But again, that back line is very depleted with not many people ready to play.
Yeah, James didn't play on Monday, and even for him, center back was a new spot when he got moved back against like Mount St. Joe's and Curley. So we're getting pretty deep into the center backs now, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Bender whips a shot. It goes a little wide, so Spalding will be able to reset with a free kick now, or a goal kick now.
Power defending well against the midfielder. Guidi now with the ball. Steve Welsh. Long throw for Spalding. Nice flick. Clay McComas is going to win the ball. Steve Welsh now on the sideline. Andy Christ overlapping. Chris Linton looks to switch the field, but he's going to drop back to Cam Oren to keep the ball. Ball going back and forth between Spalding and Calvert Hall, but now Barwick has the ball. Oren holding the ball all the way in the back. Clay McComas looks up the field. Bender holds it wide looking for Christ. And now Ferris has a shot, but it's going to go wide left for a goal kick.
It's good to see Luke back in the lineup. He didn't play much on Monday, but as soon as he got in near the end of the game, he had an immediate impact, scoring a goal and also creating another one by hitting the crossbar, something that he loves to do.
Okay, now about 5 minutes in, game still remains 0-0. Two flicks on from Spalding. Cleared away by Christ. Cam Moore hits it wide. Guidi has it.
Well, it's just flagged off sides. Unfortunate. Good play, good creativity.
Chris drops it back to Nettens. Long clear, headed away. Gonna call a foul there on Spalding. Gonna be a free kick for Calvert Hall right on the 35-yard line. Spalding hits it wide. Nice tackle there from Christ. Long crossing from Spalding, we headed away. Fair resettles and finds Bender upfield. Now wide for Barwick. He's got three guys running down the field. Nice 1-2 between Barwick and Guidi. Barwick's got space for a shot. It's gonna go wide, saved by the keeper, and cleared away by Spalding. Chris gets a throw in. He evades two tackles from Spalding, but the ball's going to roll over the lines and be a goal kick. Daniel Ashbeck, the keeper for Spalding, clears it upfield. Headed away by Barwick. Right back from Alonzo Colon. Barwick hits it wide. Sorry, Bender. Welsh looking for his options, finds Link in the back. Warren looks deep, looking for Fairreese. He's going to get there. Now a shot for Bender. It's going to be cleared away. Number 8, Luca Mazzola. Long clear downfield. Nobody's there. Tom Corona's going to settle it for himself and drop it back to Nattens.
Both teams sort of just breaking the ice right now. I mean, obviously with Carroll with the only shot on goal, and they've had a corner or two, so a little bit more life for them. Spalding hasn't really tested Spencer yet, which is good to see. But both teams yet to fully show their offensive strength.
Yeah, it seems a lot of the play is coming just back and forth through the midfield. No one's getting much on goal, and when it is, it's being pretty much cleared away by the defense. Or a play like that where the offensive player can't get the ball across the field. It's going to be a goal kick now for Calvert Hall with 30 minutes left to go in the first half. We're headed away by Spalding. Calvert Hall dropping it all the way back to the defense with Clay McComas. Takes it upfield, looking now for Welsh, but nobody's going to get there. Big cross, Welsh has a shot on goal, but it's going to go over the net for a goal kick. Good play there from Steve Welsh.
Great little connection there from the front three, right, for Calvert Hall. Bender, Sean, and Welsh.
Clone hits it upfield, but it's blocked by Bender. It's going to be throw-in now for Spalding. Going to be a foul now on Calvert Hall. Spalding free kick right around midfield. Cologne with a deep kick into the box. And the side ref is going to call a handball on Spalding. The midfielder was trying to settle the ball, but wasn't able to get there. Warren's going to take the kick. That's just by Bender. Barwick settles it. Now Cam Warren again. Nice move to retain possession. Lake's going to hit it wide, but it's been knocked out of bounds by Spalding. Guidi beats one defender. Taken away by Mazzola. Hit wide looking for Bobin, but he's going to be offsides. Long clear from Spencer Nattens. Looking for Fairreese. It's going to be headed away by number 20, Adam Smith. Chris throws it deep looking for Bender. Nice triangle from those three guys right there. Barwick settling. Sees that Barwick's playing a little bit more of a centralized role as Fairreese moved more to the wing since we started here.
Yeah, we saw that on Monday too. Barwick has dropped off of that striker role, and he's playing more of a, I'd say, center attacking mid, just holding, anchoring the front line. And that's giving Steve Welsh an opportunity to jump into the starting lineup.
Long throw we got from Chris. Barwick's going to settle it now. Fairreese holds it. Finds Link a little wide. Steve Welsh tries to get it from Cologne, but it's cleared away. Not very far though, so Calvert gets the ball back. Shot in the box, Fairreese. Gonna shoot, gonna be saved by Ashbeck. Another good play from Fairreese to hold the ball from two defenders right there.
Yeah, pretty tough mistake from the Spalding defender too. It's good to see the Cardinals up front being ready to pounce on those mistakes. Just need a better shot next time, but they're on their toes, and that's good to see.
Long kick from Cologne. Cologne's going to get a head on it, but not going to be on target. It's going to be another goal kick for Calvert Hall. Headed by Barwick, but then re-headed away by Spalding. Spalding's counterattack is stopped by McComas. Volley upfield, headed away by Chris. Again, not very far. Another big thing for Calvert Hall in practice for the last couple of weeks since the McDonough game has been trying to clear the ball, actually clear the ball out, not just hit it high in the air, but to get it away from their front third. Another long throw by Chris. Wells had a chance to flip Bender on there, but didn't see it.
Just not soft enough of a touch to settle right there. He got away from him.
Another Calvert Hall throw around the 45-yard line. Link and Chris have a 1-2, but he's actually going to put it out of bounds for himself, and it's going to be Spalding throw. Well, Spalding's going to make a sub. Number 2, Finn Bobin's going to come out. Number 15, Leo DePole's going to replace him. He was thrown in, but headed right back out by Chris. Pretty much going to be a redo.
And again.
Spalding trying to find something to get a shot off. Andre Tenorio passes it back. Tenorio again drops it to Cologne. And headed by Calvert Hall, now Cam Warren. Bender looking wide for Guidi, but he's not going to make it in time to be a throw-in for Spalding. Okay, now about 22 minutes left. Got only 2 shots on goal from Calvert Hall, nothing from Spalding. Both teams really just filling each other out so far.
Dylan Burris and Ryan Facette are up and ready to come in. Both of them played more of a striker role on Monday, so I'd be intrigued to see where each of them go today.
Really, Calvert Hall's going to make their first sub of the day. Looks like Ryan Facetta's going to come on, as is Dylan Burris. They'll replace Guidi and Ferraris. Pretty much just swapping out the wings for guys with a little more pace right now after 20 minutes of Ferraris and Guidi playing. He came off at Welch. Correction, Steve Welch came off, and Ferris moved to the right wing spot.
That would have been interesting to see if Welsh stayed on. Would have had 4 strikers up on the field at the same time, but Luke does need to stay on to keep that midfield solidified.
DePaul trying to knock down Christ for the ball, but he's going to get a foul call. Good chance for Calvert Hall, but nobody's going to make it there. Ashbeck saves it. Ferry tries to go on and kick it, but Burris was offsides and couldn't get to the ball. Spalding just trying to possess it a little bit in the back. Cologne now wide. DePaul settles. We're at field. Cavanaugh throw right here from Chris. Nice touch by Bender, but too close to the sideline for me thrown for Spalding.
Mr. Baker's coming.
Calvin Hall running on the sideline now, but cleared away. Good move from Ferris. Bling drops it back to Cam Oren. Looking deep for Barwick, but it's going to be cleared away. Another sub for both teams now. Looks like Jake Bleacher is going to come on for Dom Corona. And Bobin's going to come back on for Alex Flores. Long corner, headed in by Ryan, but it's going to go over the goal for another goal kick. So now with Corona out, Bleacher moves back to the left, and Chris is going to move to the right side. Chance for Calvert Hall right there with Sean Barwick running into the box by himself. And he's going to tap it by Ashbeck for the first goal. Good play there for Sean Barwick getting the first goal of the game. He'll be one of Calvert Hall's top goal scorers. Hold it down.
Goal by Calvert Hall, Sean Barwick.
Patient, sorry, patient, it's not going to play full list from the goals. Yeah, now Calvert Hall, we restart play. Calvert Hall leads 1-0 off Barwick's goal right there. Pretty easy. Pretty good finesse shot there from Barwick.
Yeah, very quick turnover. It just seemed like it came out of nothing. Really, there wasn't really much going on, and then he just used his speed, found the ball, and just a little finesse shot around the goalie. Yeah, I like to see that.
Calvert Hall regains possession now.
And finally, it's very good timing because it started to seem like this game could start to drag on and on. But it's good that Carroll can get out to that lead early. We did that against St. Paul's too. And it proved very effective because we only went in the halftime up 2-0, and then dragged it on a little bit more, and ended up bagging some goals late. But that early lead, it really sets the tone, and maybe this will give Carroll some more confidence with the ball on their feet.
Absolutely. Goal kick now for Ashbeck.
Spurs scored again. Lamella.
Ashbeck in the back, hits it wide to Cologne. Big clear. Wing over Hardart. Not going to make it. Play McComas now. Bender makes a full circle. Finds Bleacher. Bleacher wants to hit Dylan Burris. Good interception by Andy Christ. Looking for Guidi. Doesn't be cleared away. Good 1-2 there. Bleacher holds it. Looks back for Cam Warren. Bleacher crosses it in looking for a shot. Oh, he's saved away by Ashbeck.
I think
he's going to keep his feet on it.
I think that was more intended to be a cross, but it ended up floating right to the far post corner and almost went in, but Ashbeck with a nice punch to save it. But Carroll still pressing here.
That was really close. Going to be a throw in now for Calvin Hall. Facet is going to take it. Resident deep throw.
Yeah, it's funny. Back on Fresh Stuff when we play with him, Coach Burt would get mad when he took throw-ins because he was so big.
We miss those days.
I don't know about that. Maybe.
It's going to be a corner kick now for Calvert Hall. Gonna go out of bounds for Calvert Hall goal kick again. 12 and a half minutes left now. Big clear from Spencer Nattens now. Spalding wins the header, but Bender comes back and wins the second ball. Pole settles it for himself. Cleared wide, looking for number 9, Colin Marson. To go out of bounds. Gonna be a Spalding throw in now. Tenorio fighting Bleacher for the ball. Quick throw from Martian. Burris clears it, looking for Facetta, but cleared away now. Towards the corner flag for Spalding. He's going to keep it in bounds, but Clay McCombs is going to win it back and clear it right back out. Big cross from the pole. Headed away. Ooh. Another shot from Spalding was over the goal and all the way back to the scoreboard by the track.
This is very reminiscent of the reverse fixture back in down in Anne Arundel County against Spalding. They Calvert seemed to be dominating, and then out of nowhere, Spalding would just spark to life and start firing some shots. And then they actually got a goal late, but Calvert matched that with under a minute to go, Ben Bender. But I'm sure the Cardinals are really not hoping to do that today.
A couple subs there on the goal kick. Steve Welsh came back on for Facetta and replacing Luke Ferris. Great little brother Riley Organ.
Oh, great.
It's going to be a free kick here back on the 40-yard line for Calvert Hall. Bleacher down the sideline. Long cross in, but nobody's going to get there. Spalding looks wide. Hit upfield, looking for Javi Valles, but not gonna make it. And just back and forth in the middle of the field here. Not the other team being able to really get by the defense. Headed away there by number 12, Patrick Nolan. Long cross in from Don Corona, but nobody's going to be there. It's going to be a goal kick now. Our apologies, Guidi made the cross. Looks like how I was making another sub. Pat Tejada's going to come back in on the left wing, entering the game for the first time for Dylan Burris.
He's been out recently with some sort of injury, but made his return on Monday.
Long clear from Cam looking for Steve Welsh and Oregon, but no one's going to get there. It looks like Spalding may have touched the ball and was off for a corner kick.
Quick corner. Riley again plays to Steve Welsh. Welsh whips it in. Diving header from Cam, but it was just a little bit too low for his head. And no call foul.
Foul on Calvert Hall, but either way, had that ball gotten through, 3 of Calvert Hall's strikers were offsides. Looks like both teams are going to make a sub. Looks like Luke Ferris is going to replace Cam Oren.
I think that might be the first time I've seen Cam subbed out in the first half. Pretty interesting. But it's good to see him get a breather, because it is a hot one out here today. It looks like summer's starting to make a comeback now that we are in October.
Looks like he actually walked over to Mr. Zinn. Looks like he either needs some tape or something, or maybe cut his arm, not certain, but he seems to be all right.
He did go to ground on that diving header, so maybe he got a little scrape from these turf beads.
Interception by McComas now. 1-2 from Spalding, but taken away by Link. Cleared away there by Cologne. But it's going to go out of bounds for Calvert Hall Pro. Spalding just trying to hold possession away from Welsh. Again, just the ball being traded back and forth from Calvert Hall to Spalding. Not much happening since the goal at the 5-minute mark in the first half. Calvert Hall trying to find their way downfield. Welsh now intercepted by Spalding. DePaul clears it up. Looking for Valles, but not going to be there. Going to be a foul on him. It's going to be a free kick for Calvert Hall. And both teams get ready to make a couple subs. It's going to go out of bounds. Both teams are going to make their subs now.
Not an ideal move there from Andy Christ. The ball is rolling out off of a Carroll foot, and he got slid straight into by a Spalding player. Didn't go to ground, though. I think he could have easily drawn a foul.
So Cam Warren, I believe, returned for Calvert Hall, along with Andy Christ. Clearly by McComas. Good kick by Barwick upfield looking for Tejada, but Ashbeck's going to get in front of it. Spalding keeping in the back now with Cologne. Thomas Homa hits it back to Cologne. And he's going to get dragged down by Bender. It's going to be a free kick. Again, 2.5 left to go. Cards still lead 1-0 near the end of the first half. Spalding looks in the box, but just going to be headed out by Calvert Hall once again. One final chance for Spalding right there, and it's going to be picked up by Nats. DePaul now holds it. Drops it back to Homa. It's Cologne. Tejada holds it wide. Gonna find Bender in the middle of the field. Good pass. Tejada flicks it wide, looking for Bender. Keeps it in bounds. We're going to call a foul there on Cole. It's going to be a free kick for Calvert Hall right outside the midfield. They'll get it quick and drop it back to Cam Warren. Chris holds it wide. Good through ball looking for Riley Oregon. Can be taken away and cleared by Spalding. Headed away. Good touch by Christ. Now Cam Warren drops it back. He's hitting it into space. Gonna settle it himself. Drop back to Nets. Just hitting the 30-second mark left in the first half. Carvalho's just trying to see if they can get anywhere. Spalding clears it up. Bobin. He's it wide for a Calvert Hall throw. Collegia's gonna take it. About 10 seconds left. We're gonna go to halftime. Calvert Hall still leads 1-0 off Sean Barwick's goal as the clock hits halftime. Sean Barwick's goal, about 20 minutes or so left. Pretty much gave Calvert Hall the lead, but other than that, hasn't been much action here.
Yeah, both teams really just back and forth, trying to find their footing in this game so far. Besides that goal, it's really been dragged out. There's been a few occasions where each team has had some opportunities. The ball you haven't really seen it in the box that much, except some corner kicks from Calvert Hall. But really, other than that, nothing much really going on right now. I think right now, lucky to be up 1-0, but also I think we're playing better than them. I think Calvert Hall is outperforming Spalding, but I also think that they could be doing far better.
I feel like it's just a little more. Both teams seem a little tired off this last week, but Calvert Hall has had the edge right now. But it's been a very defensive game. It really has. Both teams have been just holding their strikers off the ball. Haven't been letting them get many shots off. Calvert Hall got 5 shots on goal, but a lot of them were just off a couple counterattacks that they had. And I think one of them was deflection off the keeper to get a second shot. It's really been an even defensive game so far, with Barks being the only one to break through.
Yeah, I've seen the ball in the air a lot today. It's just been kind of like whipped back and forth by both teams. One team's back line playing to the others. They settle it, kind of pass it around, and they ended up sending it, and it just recycles. So not much action so far through 40 minutes, but like we saw on Monday, there wasn't much action in the first half of the St. Paul's game. They were up. Cardinals were up 2-0 at halftime, but it really broke open in the second half. So maybe we'll see that happen today. I hope so. I'd like to see some more action.
So before we go for a halftime break, who do you think is the key to the second half for Calvert Hall?
I think it still sticks with Cam Owen and Clay McComas. Being up 1-0, they can't get complacent, and those two really hold together that back line. I think that Cam and Clay are going to be key for Cardinals because the ball Spalding's just going to keep pressing. We saw this at the away game back a few weeks ago. Spalding just kept pressing until there was this tiny little crack, and the next thing you know, it's tied 1-1. So I think that all the weight really sits on them right now. I think they need to step it up in this half. They've done really well so far, but I think they need to do even better to make sure that Spalding has zero opportunity to tie this one up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it comes down a little more to that center defensive midfielder role because Cam and Clay are playing great, but we don't want it to even get to that point. I think it's coming down to Bender and Luke Farrer-Reese when he's playing that center field with Chris Link in there as well. But they have to do a really good job of holding possession in the midfield and keeping the ball away from those defenders because the more they keep it in their half the field, Spalding's not going to be able to have their counterattacks.
Yeah, we have been seeing the ball being swung around from the back line a lot today. And I think that's that's led to some stagnance for the offense. Just not many opportunities. I don't think the defenders are really up for launching long balls because Spalding's back line is really just sitting back and kind of I don't want to say parking the bus because they're losing 1-0, but they are sitting back and they're not being very anxious. So I don't think that long ball is really in play. So I think, like you said, the center defensive mids, they need to be able to hold that ball and start getting it up instead of getting it back. I think some small ball is really needed. Maybe some runs down the wing. We saw that with Andrew Guidi, Riley Organt, Luke Ferraris. We saw these runs up the line. And I think that's really the key to unlocking the offense right now. I don't think the long balls will work. Maybe some crosses when you get the ball into the corner. But over the top, like they played against St. Paul's with Ryan Facetta and Sean Barwick, that's not really going to work today because Spalding's just sitting so far back.
I do think that Spalding is waiting for that kind of play. They're waiting for that play that they can get the defense a little too far up, hit it over their heads, and find one of their strikers running down.
We did see them try that, but Cam and Clay have held their line. And so the times that they have attempted that, it's just sailed out of bounds. So definitely keep an eye out for that. If Spalding's looking for some offensive inspiration, they might end up launching a couple ones, which is, again, why I think a lot of weight is sitting on Cam and Clay right now because they need to be ready for when that comes.
Absolutely. So we'll be back in about 5.5 minutes for the second half. Stay tuned.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for the second half. Calvert Hall coming out against Spalding. They're up 1-0 right now, thanks to Sean Barrow's goal, with just about 12 minutes into the game. Not much action besides that. We've had a few corner kicks from Calvert Hall, 5 shots on goal. Spalding is yet to record a shot on goal. They've had a couple chances where the ball just sailed wide, but besides that, they haven't really cracked the ice just yet. So Calvert Hall will need to keep that up, but I think that they need to also boost their offensive production because they haven't had much going on for them either. They're lucky enough to have a goal on the board, though.
Absolutely. I think they need to keep the pressure on. They gotta keep the defenders on their toes and not give them time to find some guy up the wing, which is what happened for their first goal in the game back at Spalding.
Yeah, because Spalding definitely came out charging that second half. They looked like a totally different team, and I would not be surprised to see them do that again. But for Calvert Hall, it looks like when they're in the box and they have an opportunity, it looks like their feet are just stuck in tar. They're too slow to react. And I think that they really need to pick it up a little bit, especially right here with Spalding. We know that they are a good second-half team, and they might come out with a rejuvenated energy. So definitely take advantage of all the opportunities we get, and don't let them slip like we did in the first half.
So as the game gets going again, Calvert Hall has put back out there their starting lineup with 2 changes. They have Bleacher in for Andy Christ, and they have Dylan Burris in for, I believe, Andrew Guidi. Barwick holds it. Again, look at this. Spalding is already very deep. Their entire team is inside their own 35-yard line, showing how much pressure Calvert Hall can put on them at one point. Good touch there. Bring up field for Bobin. My apologies. Not. It's gonna be hard art. Don Cronin drops it back to Cam Moore. Bender. Don Corona finds Fair Reese. Possession Steve Welsh. He's got a chance to get the ball, but it's going to be saved by Ashbeck.
Again, just a little bit too slow on the opportunities. Spalding with an opportunity here, but it's dribbled out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for Spencer Nattens.
Well clear from Nattens. Nice look by Burris looking for Welsh, but it's going to be taken away. Number 18, Edward Bador on the ball. Coming by Bleacher. He gets hit by Link after the play by accident. Seems to be okay. Oren drives it back to Clay McComas. Still in that center back role. Bringing deep for Bleacher. Can he get the ball in play? He can't. It's going to be a Spalding throw. Long throw headed away. Now Barwick on the run. Again, now 35 minutes left. Still 1-0 Calvin Hall. Second half, still kind of keeping on that same feel the first half. Just really big midfield play, not much happening near the goals.
We've seen a lot of throw-ins, too. The ball just keeps getting knocked out. There's just not much organization for both teams right now with their attacking plan. And as you can see right now, the ball is just being launched in the air, headed back and forth. Both teams just looking for some footing, looking for some way to start some inspiration in their offense.
21 for the Calvin Hall throw-in. Fair resettles. Finds Bender, looks deep, looking for Dylan Burris. Not going to get there. Cleared away by Martian. No wide for Burris again. Burris has a lot of space. It's taken away. Bender looks for Burris. He's got a shot on goal. And now she's going to go right, at least to the left of the glove. Great shot right there.
Yeah, and he was just on sides, but all the Spalding defenders were appealing for that flag to go up, but the ref said no. And Burris, taking advantage of that positioning, rips a shot with no one in front of him. And almost at the bar, it had to skim it. Looked like it.
Chris Lake. Spalding trying to find a play up the field. Flores is going to be a step off sides. Spalding hits it wide. Marcian drops it back. Bringing deep for Flores. Dom Corona's going to let it run out of bounds for a goal kick now. Looks like Spalding's going to make a sub. Yavi Velez is going to come in. He will replace Hardart. High kick from Spencer Nattens. Carvalho tries flicking it over again, but gets nowhere. It's going to be a foul on Link and free kick for Spalding.
I haven't seen Ben Bender get that many touches today, and I think that definitely has a huge impact on the offense. Normally he's that centerpiece. He's feeding the ball to everyone, but today he just hasn't been getting the ball. He hasn't had the opportunities to rip those long shots that he loves to rip. He hasn't been able to get through the defense and dribble towards the goal.
Absolutely. Long cross with Spalding. Ball drops in the box, but Calvert Hall has the right mind to clear it. Dylan Burris holds it. Clear it upfield. Me and Calvert Hall throw. Looking for Burris is going to go out of bounds. And I'm hitting the 30-minute mark. Calvert Hall still leads 1-0. Link gets it wide. Barwick now. Cam Moore now has it, drops it back to Nance. Velez hits it back. Looking for a flick over the defense. Not going to get there. It's going to be a foul on Spalding. Good kick from Calvert Hall. Flick on by Barwick. Spalding trying to make the counterattack. Good play there from Chris Link. Looking for Welsh upfield, but he's going to be taken down. No call from the refs. Going to be a throw-in for Spalding. Long throw from Spalding. Looking for the right winger, but going to go to Clay McComas for a clear. Good touch by Ferris. Now Welsh has Ferris right there by himself. One-on-one with the keeper. Can he finish?
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be saved by Ashbeck. Really great chance there for Calvert Hall to take the lead 2-0. Would have been a big moment for the Hall. So how to keep the pressure on the defense though. Calvert Hall gets it right back. Big clear from Cam Warren. Another attention by Cam Oren now. Bender. Cam's all by himself now. One with the keeper. Another one right at Ashbeck. 2 in a row right there. There could have been goals, made it 3-0. Slew of subs for both teams. Welsh is going to come off as his burst. Guidi's going to come back in, and Chris is going to come back in. Corona also comes off. Shane Allen comes back up top.
Oh my gosh.
Great shot from Spalding out of nowhere. Dive by Nance, but he goes off the left post. That almost just rejuvenated Spalding completely.
Yeah, and that would have made those missed chances look even worse. Going from potentially a 3-0 game to 1-1 just like that, that would have been bad. I'm sure Coach Rich can't be happy on the sideline right now. This is not the Cardinals that we saw on Monday, and definitely not the Cardinals that we saw earlier in the season. But they did have a lot of shots on target at the away game too. But this goalie's been very strong. See if he gets tested here from Bender.
Bender's gonna find a cross. Can hold himself and cross it in, but it's gonna be blocked off of Shane Allen's hip. Gonna go back out. Covered Hall will retain possession, however, and still have a chance to get a shot on goal. 1-2 to Bleacher. He's by himself for a cross. Bender's all by himself. Can he get it by the keeper?
Oh my gosh.
Another save by Ashbeck. That's 3 in a row in the span of 4 minutes. Really good chance for Calvert Hall. Just good saves by Ashbeck.
I mean, for that one there, at least it wasn't straight to him. He definitely had to make Ashbeck put some more effort into that one compared to other shots. But great save, and that one was frustrating. Great play from Calvert Hall, though. And it's good to see that they're actually getting some offense pumping. If we're going to have all these opportunities and not capitalize, might as well keep them coming. We'll see if something sneaks in.
It's going to be a handball there. Cam Warren's going to take it. Right into the box looking for Barwick. Bleacher still there. Another big cross. The bullet across the middle, but nobody's going to get their foot on it and go out for a goal kick. And Spalding's going to make a couple subs. Hardart and Marcion are going to come off. Great touch by Shane Allen. Fair Reese on the sideline now. Knocked out of the way by number 16, Hunter Stokes. Great touch by Bender. Big cross up field. Nobody's there. Cleared away by Cologne. Barwick reaches there for the header, but doesn't get on target. Calvert Hall still possesses the ball. Big kick. Can be wide left for a goal kick. 22 minutes left now. Cards lead 1-0. Still off of Barwick's goal in the first half.
Another new face at the striker position. We saw Dylan take it on Monday, and now we have Shane Allen up front. Just getting some more rotation, seeing if anything can work here right now, because the Cardinals have not really done well with finishing opportunities. So maybe some new faces on the field, some new feet, some new confidence, and maybe someone will come through for Calvert Hall.
It's going to be a free kick for Calvert Hall now, off of Spalding's foul somewhere around the 45-yard line. Good strong free kick from Orem, but nobody gets their foot on it. Good touch there from Weedy. Calvert Hall still pressuring Spalding's defense though. Big kick from Link. Gonna be curved and stopped on the 6-yard box. Big clear from Ashbeck. Cam Moore is going out for a goal kick for Spencer Atkins. Talk for a minute. Where you talk? No, chill.
So Spencer launched one up. It finds the feet of Sean Barlick, but Spalding's defense is there to clear. And now it comes right back up the other way like dominoes just falling.
To me now, Spalding free kick from the 40-yard line. Good chance there for Spalding, but no one can connect. Both Bleacher and Flores missed the ball. Calvert Hall's gonna make their first sub, or another sub. Will Andrews is gonna come on for Luke Ferrer-Reese on the right wing.
Will Andrews on the field now, creating some opportunities for Calvert Hall. The crowd loves to see him out there. Lowman's got a big engine, and he's already making an impact on the field. Getting some more time, which is amazing to see because he's finally finding some time for Calvert Hall, and he is a huge piece of Calvert Hall's future in the soccer program. So it's great to see him in. Already connecting some passes, getting the ball upfield. He's got some big pace, and we'll see what Calvert Hall can do on this corner. Bender to take. He whips it in. It's an in-swinger. Spalding heads it up, and it was up for grabs, but the priority of the keeper with his hands gave him the opportunity to grab that ball, rolls it up, and it's just cleared out of bounds by Chris Link for a Spalding throw-in. We also saw Will get some time against Spalding back in early September. He came in at the start of the second half, and that was his debut for Calvert Hall and varsity soccer.
Where's Will, one of the two freshmen with Riley, the other being Riley Organt. Well, that's not going to get there. It's going to be a Calvert Hall throw-in now. It's going to be a foul now. Or, sorry, an offsides call. Carvalho's going to play quick. Restart now with a long kick. Good touch by Barwick. Looks for a cross. Going across the goal map, but Andrews is going to make it. Can he get another cross in for Calvert Hall? Calvert Hall going to retain possession though with Chris. It's going to be a foul. If he gives a card, it's not foul.
No, he would have signaled the X.
Going to be a free kick now for Calvert Hall, right outside the 18.
Looks like Bleacher to take here.
Good kick from Calvert Hall. They're going to get a head on it, and they do. And that's going to be a goal.
Sean Barwick again, second of the day. And he has been the centerpiece of inspiration for Calvert Hall's offense, despite playing a deeper role in the past week. Great to see him back on the score sheet, second time today. Just a great header comes soaring in. Great ball from Jake Bleacher with that strong left foot of his. Just swung in through a crowd of Spalding defenders too. That was very impressive because Sean doesn't really have that height. So it was good to see that. Definitely exciting stuff for Calvert Hall.
Third Hall goal is second of the game by Sean Barwick.
That's the match.
Thanks, guys. You took that graphic down. Cool, right? You removed it.
We're going to apply.
That's gone. That's not on there. You're good. Did you put it on there to begin with?
Yeah.
Did you hit apply?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you went down and
Move and then apply.
plus. I'm starting to fall asleep.
A plethora of substitutions. We'll work on IDing these guys. Looks like Luke Faris. Andrew Guidi coming on. I'm not sure who else.
Another play for Calvert Hall in their third. Big
Ooh.
in the middle.
Will in the end.
Good talking from Calvert Hall. Everybody screamed for that one.
There's nothing more surprising than a defender just coming right on your back like that. That whiplash can hurt. So good talk from Calvert Hall there.
Spalding's wide. Good chance for Hart.
Whoa.
Cleared away by McComas. What power.
Easily made a steal. I don't get it. But yeah, he's like the nicest guy out there. True Peer Minister. I'd imagine a long throw. Their center back came running all the way from the back line just to take this one. Ooh.
Spalding keeps the ball in the 18. Be out of bounds now for a throw-in. Didn't go out of bounds or touch line. Calvert Hall both getting ready to make subs.
That was interesting placement right there. The ref allowed him to take the throw about 20 yards off of the actual spot. So I'm surprised there were no appeals from Calvert Hall there.
We have free kick now for Spalding. About 25 yards out. Good head away from Guidi. Shane Allen there. Saw by himself. Guidi could have been there, but it was deflected.
No one's over there.
Bender trying to win the ball without fouling him. Right with Cam Moore. Now Fair Reese holding possession against two defenders. Still gonna make the pass to Bender. Cam Moore now. Big clear from Spencer Nattens. Okay, about the 11 and a half minutes left. Still 2-0 Calvert Hall. Barwick's 2 goals. We call offsides on Spalding. It's gonna be Calvert Hall free kick now. Take off for Calvert Hall throw, and they're gonna make subs. Facetta's gonna come on. I see Hayden Lim's gonna come back on. I believe that is Barwick returning to the field. Good settle by Will Andrus. Now Bleacher. Good pass back to keep possession for Calvert Hall. Bender now. Possession to Barwick, who finds Hayden down the sideline. Gonna get a cross off. Facetta's there, but can be cleared away. That's gonna be out of bounds. Be a Spalding throw in. Settled by Andrus. Barwick has a chance to spin around, but he gets taken out. It's gonna be a free kick for Calvert Hall.
So now Cam launches one in, finds the foot of Bender somehow. Here's Luke with a long shot, very wide. So goal kick for Spalding. Just around 10 minutes to go, just underneath actually. Around 9 minutes to go left in the game. Calvert Hall with a somewhat comfortable 2-0 lead. It's not over yet, but they are starting to close out a little bit with some new faces on the field.
Good tackle with Fair Reese. Bender helps for the second ball. Bender, how out of field?
Could take a shot here with his left foot.
Got a cross in. Good for Andrus. Got a settle, gonna get a shot off. It's blocked by 2 defenders.
Just a huge crowd of Spalding defenders in front of him. It was unfortunate, but a great settle.
Barwick right on top of the box. The third shot off with him saved by Ashbeck. Spalding's going to get a free kick here at midfield. About 6.5 left to go. And Calvin Hall just trying to stay really strong on the defensive line, not letting any shots for Spalding go through at the last few minutes. Cleared away by Andy Chris.
Spalding really getting far up now. Not a single player besides their goalie on their defensive half of the field. So expect a quick counterattack with Ryan Facetta leading that group. He's got a lot of speed, and over-the-top ball could lead them on, especially without an offsides rule in place with all the players on their offensive side.
Leach is going to hit it off the defender. It's going to be a goal kick for Calvin Hall. And Spalding's going to make his couple subs. Big clear for Nance. To me, Calvin Hall throw now. We're getting down to the 4-minute mark now. Calvin Hall's getting ready to take a throw in. Just trying to possess the ball and keep Spalding from a counterattack. Actually, Ryan misses the header, tries to settle it in. It's going to be a throw-in though for Russia Spalding. Spalding's going to make another sub. Good flick by Barwick. Ferry tries to find the open man. Finds Bender. Looking for Facetta, but it's a little too far ahead. It's going to go to Ashbeck for a punt in his favor. Ball goes off Ferry's head. Goes wide to Bleacher. Looks up for Hayden Lim. Big throw from Spalding now.
Ooh.
Facetta has one man to beat.
A little bit of a miss from the center back right there. And now we have Facetta, Will Andrus, and Hayden Lim all attacking on the counter.
Good chance for Calvert Hall with a minute and a half left to go. Good setup by Facetta.
You're 2 feet away.
It's gonna be a goal kick. Close to a foul, but referee lets it go.
Another chance. Here's Facetta.
They're gonna call him offsides.
He just wasn't offsides. Like that's not right. He was not offsides. I don't get that one.
Less than a minute left. Spalding gonna get a free kick right outside the 18-yard box. Hayden Lim clears it out. Luckily doesn't go over the fence and he goes Boulevard.
We haven't had any balls going to Gashford Boulevard today, which is very fortunate. The St. Paul's kids were a little more frequent with kicking the ball over the fence, and we had a couple go over there on Monday. So it's good to see that the fence has done its job today. As these final seconds wind down, let's take a look at the next game for Calvert Hall. Big one, away against Loyola, Friday, 4 o'clock. What's your expectations for Calvert Hall, and what do you want to see them do to improve on that 2-0 loss we had when we played them at home?
Well, Loyola is still undefeated. Their closest game, I think, has been our game so far. As Calvert Hall ends the game winning 2-0 against Spalding. Loyola is probably the biggest challenge left. McDonough's going to be a big challenge too, but I feel like Loyola's even bigger for us.
And a Friday game too. You expect a crowd to come out for that one. Big stage, just not being a night game, but it is an away game. They beat us 2-0 in our stadium, so I think it's a big one, especially for playoffs. If we want to move ourselves up the rankings and actually get a decent seed this year, we're going to need to win the big games. You know, those three teams, Curley, Loyola, McDonough, they're the big ones that we have to take care of this year. Curley not being that big of a threat league-wise, but still always a big game taking them on. So I think we haven't won a big game yet against those three. We're 0-3 this year against those three teams. So now starting this second cycle of games, really needing to redeem ourselves against those three teams specifically, the teams that have beaten us this year at MIAA. And I think this one on Friday is going to be very important.
Absolutely. So obviously we play Loyola on Friday. We have, I believe, 2 games next week.
John Carroll's at home on Tuesday or Wednesday?
Thank you, Ms. Nike. I believe we play John Carroll on Tuesday at home. I believe we play them sometime next week for sure. So be sure to tune in then. If not, go see the game on Friday night at Loyola. Calvert Hall Loyola will be a big game for us. With that, Calvert Hall wins 2-0 against Spalding off 2 goals from Sean Barwick. Thank you for joining in. I'm Dean Saracini.
I'm Brady Organt.
And we'll see you next time.